If America goes to war with Iran, Donald Trump better listen to this story. This story begins in the desert. Hosein, the grandson of the Prophet, peace be upon him, was cut to pieces by the soldiers of Yazid, a cruel tyrant of that time. Hosein became the master of martyrs, and for centuries many Muslims in the region have been taught to see the world from the eyes of this battle, the battle of free men against oppression, good versus evil. Hosein witnessed and protested the rights of his people being violated and the values of society being destroyed by a tyrannical and corrupt government. Yazid was the antithesis of everything Hosein stood for and preached, yet he demanded that Hosein pays allegiance to him in order to increase his own credibility. And this is exactly what Donald Trump is doing to every leader on the planet, and it seems he now has his eyes on Iran. If the American regime declares war, the story of Hosein will definitely shape the lives of not just the Middle East, but the entire world. The United States government has approved the deployment of a Patriot missile defense battery and another warship to the Middle East, and tensions between the United States and Iran are rising steadily. The United States says the deployment of military hardware to the region comes in response to apparently heightened Iranian readiness to conduct offensive operations. However, I think it's all Zyopig propaganda. It's plausible that the United States will do something or some sort of false flag to justify their evil, but I hope things won't escalate any further. The United States has attacked Iran before, Operation Eagle Claw at Tabriz Desert back in the 1980s. However, the United States was trapped into failure and had to fly back home. There are many things the United States doesn't understand, but I don't think they're that silly not to understand that Iran is no Libya, neither Syria or Iraq. The game is quite different. Hopefully, there won't be a war. Iranians are pretty clued up people. They make their own weapons, and by far are intellectually superior to the Bedouins in Najd, Saudi Arabia. The Iranian politicians, diplomats, young people, students in political sciences, as well as Iranian political activists know that negotiating with a bullying regime like the United States is not a means to eliminate hostility. America is losing its grip as a world power, and there's nothing they can do about it, apart from deploying weapons and parading them in the Middle East for the Saudi clown prince bin Salman to buy. The triumph of Hosein against Yazid lies in the fact that his inspiration has moved men to grieve for him throughout the centuries and speak truth in the face of oppressive rulers by being brave and standing up for justice. If the United States meddles in Iran, it will certainly ignite fire, and it will certainly ignite love for Hosein and fire against Trump as the modern-day Yazid. In the real sense of cosmic history, the martyrdom of Hosein is a mighty triumph, a wondrous victory, one which strengthens people in the region, whether it's in Al-Aqsa, Saudi Arabia, or Tehran in Iran. The United States is not that stupid.